guess who's running the meeting was talking about being able to spread it, so.
All right, it is 7 o'clock. Our regularly scheduled Board of Aldermen meeting will commence. First thing on our agenda is swearing in of newly elected officials. So I will let Ms. Swearingen take care of that.
Larry, you want that one?
Wait a minute.
Where do you want us at? I know you're up here. Photo op. Okay. Oh, yeah, just right over there. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
That I possess all the qualifications.
that I possess all the qualifications
Prescribed by law for my office.
prescribed by law for my office,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
And of the state of Missouri.
and of the state of Missouri,
The provisions of all laws of this state.
the provisions of all laws of this state
Affecting cities of the fourth class.
affecting cities of the fourth class,
And the ordinances of the city of Buffalo, Missouri.
and the ordinances of the city of Buffalo, Missouri,
And faithfully perform the duties of alderman.
and faithfully perform the duties of alderman
Of the city of Buffalo, Missouri.
of the city of Buffalo, Missouri,
And faithfully demean myself while in office.
and faithfully demean myself while in office.
All right, the next item on our agenda is the election of a mayor pro tem. Do we have? We have one nomination. Jess Stafford. Are there any other nominations?
I would second that nomination.
Are there any other nominations? I see no other nominations. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
That motion passes. Just
You know anything about being mayor?
he probably did at one point. Modifications to the agenda. Are there any modifications? I see no modifications. Mayor's comments. That's the next section on our agenda. I don't have a whole lot to say other than I want to thank the voters of Buffalo, Missouri for approving the half-cent sales tax initiative. That's going to allow the city of Buffalo to do a lot of catching up. We're excited because that really gives us an ability to go out and do things. Right now, our transportation fund has accumulated enough money that we can go forward with a project. We're hoping to go forward with the Locust Street project. But for that half-cent sales tax increase, we would look at possibly doing a big project like that maybe once every 10 to 12 years. Now we have the ability to move forward, complete the Locust Street project, and move on to the next project. Keep people employed and keep moving forward. And I'm very excited and very thankful of our voters here in Buffalo. Now we'd open the floor for our citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments? Nobody? Okay, moving along, minutes and bills.
I make a motion to accept the minutes and bills as read.
Second.
That motion has been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Minutes and bills are approved. Department head reports. Administration, Ms. Polster.
Any questions?
No questions. Animal control, Lynn is on vacation today. She needed a much-needed vacation and spoke to me about that, and I said, by all means, enjoy your day. everyone had an opportunity to look over the animal control report? And are there any questions for animal control? I see none. Building inspection. Sir?
I have no other things to add except for what the report says. Things have started picking up and down a little bit. We've gotten more police this month than we've gotten in quite a while. Not compared to last year, but things are starting to pick up a little bit. People are seeing the town starting to be cleaned up and stuff, and they're starting to do a lot of work and little debts and all kinds of stuff.
Is it above and beyond the people that are getting dangerous building letters or?
No, this is beyond people getting.
Okay. Any questions for our building inspector? See no questions. Our fire department, Mr. Higgins, called me again, like Lynn, and said, there are some turkeys out there for me to shoot. And I said, by all means, please shoot as many as you can under the law.
It ain't open. It's getting low for you to kill them right now.
Why?
He's going to North Dakota or South.
I just had to say that.
And Mr. Higgins said he was gonna bring Roger a turkey as long as Roger didn't smart off.
I won't say another word. I'm neutral.
Has everyone had an opportunity to read over our fire department report? Are there any questions in regard to the fire department report? I see no questions. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Hurt.
First soccer game Saturday. I've got 14 teams total in 3 different divisions. Other than that, I've been working on the abandoned center. Should have the interior finished up this week. And I think looking pretty well. I think Mr. Stafford's got the outside painted the second time around, and he's working on the trim right now. It's starting to look very well.
Okay. And we've got the awning done, and that was donated as well, the painting of the awning, is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Are there any questions for our Parks Director? I see none. Police Department.
We had 163 calls for service in April, 66 citations. Fortunately, just one vehicle accident, which was good. We had 36 arrests, 18 of them were drug and paraphernalia offenses, 5 warrants, 4 driving while intoxicated, and 2 assaults. We had Vancouver, just 1 apiece, and had a pretty good month.
Okay. Did everyone have an opportunity to look over the Police Department report? And are there any questions of our Police Department? I see none. The Recycling Center. Sir?
I do not have a report for the recycling center. Right now it's going well. Thanks to Roger and his men, we've been able to catch up on everything. And we've got all the cardboard caught up on, and it seems to be going fine for right now.
Okay. It's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, we're a little bit understaffed there, and every so often the recycling center will get behind, and then the road crew will jump in, get it all caught up, and we're good for a little while. Is that correct? Okay. All right. Any questions for our recycling center? I see none. Street and water report.
I haven't got anything, just add, you know, I talked to you about the truck, the transmission went out of the 98 Chevrolet truck today, or the CTL, I don't know which one, I just have to have a record come and get it, take a Springfield break and find out.
Okay. Okay.
But, they're kinda waiting on me on the road out there on Alberta, they call me here, I mean, all I gotta do is call them when I get ready and they'll be here to lay blacktop.
Okay.
But I gotta have a truck up, you know, I gotta get my gravel stuff in before I call.
Okay. Do you think?
Everything's going pretty good, we're keeping up on the mowing and keeping everything pretty well floating.
Do you think the gravel there at Alberta is laid down enough to where it's ready for asphalt?
And yeah, I believe it is, I mean, we put a lot of gravel on it, you know, and I think I know we didn't have a cold, freezing, thawing winter, but it sure appears to be good.
Okay.
you know, I mean, I can't guarantee you 100%, but I think it'd be okay.
All right. Any questions for our street department?
What was that big hole down there on Maple Street?
Water leak. But when we dug it out there this morning, got into it on our side, and it's across the street on the gentleman that owns the laundry, it's on him, so I called him, he's supposed to be getting it fixed. It's been leaking quite a while, I've been watching it, and I thought, you know, it never did increase or never did decrease, it just stayed, you know, just a little bit, but I was hoping it'd blow up where I could really find it and just dive in and fix it, but sometimes it don't happen.
And in regards to the truck that's got the transmission, what's the procedure? Just tell Roger to fix it?
Well, we look at, first of all, what the problem is. Once we ascertain the problem, we look at what the cost is, and what reasonable alternatives are, and we go from there.
Is the procedure to wait 30 days for the council to meet again, or do we authorize him to get it fixed?
Well, if it's something that's under $6,000, I have the authority to give the thumbs up, go ahead and fix it. If it's.
That's a lot of money for you to have.
Doc Owen says the transmission out, he probably had one to fix.
Welcome to the big city.
I hope it's just PTO fund, but, you know, it could be the transmission, but I'm hoping it's gonna be a PTO fund. 600 or 700 is better than 6,000 or 7,000.
Any other questions of our street department? Tax collection report. Has everyone had an opportunity to look over our tax collection report? Any questions regarding that? I see none. Wastewater treatment plant, sir?
I only have one thing that I need to discuss with you tonight. It just happened today. Lift station number 2, pump number 2 blew the top bearing. So I'm gonna have to take it out, send it off, and get it repaired. Hopefully I can get it taken out by tomorrow and get that worked on. That's the only thing I've got going right now.
Any idea worst case scenario what that's gonna cost?
About 600.
Any questions for Mr. Payton? I see none. All right, we don't have any water adjustments this time around, so we'll move on to old business. We have the Locust Street project. It's a project we outlined last time we were here. There was a question in regard to easements. Then I flushed those out with Mr. Riechel and Mr. Coltrane, our engineer. And it's a property by property, because we have, my understanding, we have older subdivisions there as opposed to one great big giant subdivision. It deals where each individual property line is going to be, and we're going to have to pay our surveyor to go in there and ascertain where everyone's property line is. The reality is we're not going to really extend materially beyond the boundary line of where our ditches are. We're going to expand the street, widen it a little bit, and where those ditches are, there's going to be inlets for the curbs and the gutters. Those will be connected underground. Those ditches where they're at now will be filled over, and sidewalk will be placed over that. So I don't see any reason why property lines are going to be an issue that's going to cause any significant problems with this project moving forward.
Mr. Mayor, do we need a motion to move the $450,000 out of transportation to proceed with this as soon as possible so we can have it started as soon as school's out and be done when it starts?
The goal would be to be able to assemble a team, hire new city employees, and get the ball rolling so that they can break ground as soon as the kids are out of school, so that we can get as much done. Ideally, we'd have the project completed before school resumes. I know that's a lofty goal, but we're certainly not going to accomplish anything if we don't try. But to some degree, yes, time is of the essence. Procedurally, we need to allocate $450,000 from our transportation fund to be allocated towards this project.
I still make that motion.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 That motion passes. New business. I have a few proclamations. Mr. George, first and foremost, I would like to thank you personally for your service as an alderman. But I do have a proclamation that reads, whereas Jamie George was appointed to fill a vacancy on the Board of Aldermen in July 2003, and then was elected by the citizens of Buffalo as an alderman for the city of Buffalo in April 2004, and whereas he has actively participated in providing leadership and guidance to the employees, citizens, and business people of Buffalo, and whereas he has been a crucial member of the policy making and budgeting for city affairs during his term in office, and whereas his experience will be greatly missed on the Board of Aldermen. Now therefore, I, Andrew Mead, Mayor of the City of Buffalo, Missouri, do hereby proclaim my appreciation on behalf of the Board of Aldermen and the citizens of Buffalo to Jamie George for service to the city, and encourage all citizens to recognize his contributions to our community. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Buffalo, Missouri to be affixed this 9th day of April, 2012. George. We look forward.
Thank you.
That is not the only proclamation I have. Mr. Wetson is not here tonight. I do have a proclamation. Whereas Bob Wetson was elected by the citizens of Buffalo for a second term of office as alderman of the City of Buffalo in April 2006, and whereas he has actively participated in providing leadership and guidance to its employees, citizens, and business people of Buffalo, and whereas he has been a crucial member of the policy making and budgeting for the city affairs during his term in office, and whereas his experience will be greatly missed on the Board of Aldermen. Now therefore, I, Andrew Mead, Mayor of the City of Buffalo, Missouri, do hereby proclaim my appreciation on behalf of the Board of Aldermen and citizens of Buffalo to Bob Wetson for service to the city, and encourage all citizens to recognize his contributions to our community. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and have caused the official seal of the City of Buffalo, Missouri to be affixed this 9th day of April, 2012. Mr. Wetson is not here tonight. I do publicly want to thank him. When I became mayor, some of you may or may not remember that initial meeting, Martha swore me in, sworn me in, is that the I was sworn in, and much like our aldermen were sworn in tonight, Paul was here, took pictures of me, and we sat down. I sat here in the middle, and I looked to my left, and the aldermen were kind of staring at me, and I looked to the right, and the aldermen were all staring at me, and Martha was kind enough to lean over and say, "You have to run the meeting." She said, "Just go down the stuff on the agenda." And it worked out fine. But Mr. Wetson took me aside one day and said, "Andrew, we have a concerned citizen with a sewer issue. And if you'll join me, we'll go to her house and talk to her." And Bob took me and showed me the ropes on how to take care of our citizens. And I appreciate Bob for that. Bob and I have differed on opinions in the past, and to be quite honest, I think I scared him. I think it's like turning over a brand new Corvette to a 16-year-old kid, and I understand that. But we were served very well by Mr. Wetson and Mr. George, and tonight I publicly want to thank you both for your efforts. And that concludes our meeting, at least what we have on the agenda. We do have a closed meeting pursuant to State Statute 610.0213. Is there a motion that we go into closed session?
I'll make that motion to go into closed session for personnel.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The motion passes. We'll take a quick 10-minute recess before we go into closed session.